You can't walk into the store and find
and
one
get
that's got
that.
every
Now,
little
now I
thing
get what
that
you're
you
saying.
want.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
exactly what the guy needs for his
Yeah.
body, his hands. Okay.
You know, and that's and that's part of the skill. You pay for the skill to get that. You know,
Right, you're
Yeah,
paying
to-
for somebody's
to-
craftsmanship, right?
Absolutely.
Like somebody, you said somebody custom built a house.
And somebody who knows, like somebody who built a house, like you can,
Yeah.
you know, there might be a young, you know, architect that's great, but if you
Yeah.
don't know about that person, they're not going to command the same salary as somebody as Frank Lloyd Webber. Or
Exactly.
whatever.
Right.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. All right,
Frank
so,
Lloyd Webber, the great architect playwright, Frank Lloyd Webber.
Webber, yeah.
Frank. Oh, right. now
Andrew Lloyd Wright.
So the $9,000 guitar guy. So what happened? What did you tell him? Like, how did that go? Was you really scared to tell him? Was it
No,
just
no,
like, what the fuck?
no,
Was it like-
man. No, I mean, you know, look, there's only so much I can do, and I understand that, like, you know, you have enough money to, you know, if I say it's gonna be I told him it's gonna be $4,000 for me to fix it,
Yeah.
and he was fine with it. But at the same time, I was like, I was kidding.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I was hoping you would balk at that.
The liability
I know
issue.
you have all the money in the world,
Yeah.
but still, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, so see, sometimes in business, some of the business owner gets
You know,
decisions.
yeah.
You know, sometimes is the liability worth the
Yeah.
money? It's not worth it.
If you get, you know, if
you
you're
get
gonna-
paid, but if you're going to upset somebody in a couple months, it's not
Or
worth
if you're
it.
gonna be on a
Right.
job, I mean,
Yeah.
it's electro. It's like if you're gonna
Yeah.
go have to rewire a house, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I'm gonna 3 months on this job, I'm gonna yield this, but how many jobs can I get in that 3 months that are gonna
Exactly.
be,
Yeah.
you know, is that a quick nickel, long quarter?
Oh
right?
yeah, I can't tell you how many jobs we've done. We actually lost money. You know?
Totally.
It's like we can't take every job. Sometimes, like you said, you got to make a decision. It's worth your time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
that's
that's
it.
it.
All right, cool. So now building a guitar, it's just kind of like you have an idea, then you go look for all the different parts and you put it together.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
And you
All
gotta
right, cool.
stuff. Like I just have a ton of wood in my garage.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's nothing like craftsmanship in any type of fashion. Like you said, art. You know, different art pictures are worth a fortune. Unless somebody spattered
Yeah.
paint on the wall. It's like,
Yeah.
well,
But if
exactly.
Jackson Pollock did it.
Right, exactly. right.
Right.
Exactly. Who did it? Who threw the
Right,
paint?
right.
What's the history? Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Kind of puts into perspective.
Yeah, man.
All right, so now I see you sing too. How'd you get into singing? That's something that takes
Well-
some courage, confidence. Everybody's looking at you. To be a singer, you have to have people like stare at you because everybody's looking at you.
Absolutely,
So if you're not
absolutely.
comfortable with that,
And I'm not. I mean, for a long time, I was absolutely.
yeah, it's a good confidence builder. But
Yeah. But you know, I don't know. I don't know how that happened. You know, sometimes you just gotta do what the good Lord fucking put you here to do, man. You know, at a certain point, you know, I don't know what did it. So much stuff did it, man. Being in the city and singing in the subway, and you know, I mean, that's a good one, right? Singing in the subway and realizing that, like, oh, nobody cares. Oh, 10,000 people just walked past
Yeah,
the
right.
subway.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Oh, but this guy cares. That guy put $1 in.
was it one day you found your voice? Like, yes, I actually have a tone, or was it just like whatever?
You know, I
whatever?
mean, you know, like we all, right? If you, I don't know, how do you say this? You know, I grew up singing all the time. I tell them all the time, like,
Oh, really?
I came home. I was the last kid growing up, and I would come home from school, and the first thing I would do would put on albums.
Yeah.
And we only had so many albums. We had my mom. We had
Record player.
a record
Yeah, I
player,
remember
two
the-
tape deck,
Yeah.
and we had like 7 of my mom's records that we all that she just always had. Van Morrison's greatest hits, greatest like Christmas singers, like Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole. I know you laugh at it,
Yeah.
but that was my shit, man. I would come
Yeah.
home every day. I would
Yeah.
put on Van Moore's "How Do I Do a Great Van
Yeah.
Morrison" because
Yeah.
every day I would come home and put
That
on
shit's in your
greatest hits.
head.
It's just right there, and I would just sing along with that to myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you know what you do in the shower. and-
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, I don't know. At a certain point, man, you get balls big enough to go, maybe I can do this. And then you know how it is, man. As soon as one person claps,
Yeah.
you know, oh, now I'm off.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way you gotta look at it. Like all these other.
What's the best drug in the world? Fucking attention.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with you.
Absolutely.
And that's what-
Validation, right? Simple
Yep.
validation.
100%. Yeah.
Maybe some more of
100%. You
that.
can't put a price tag on that.
Yeah.
So then you decided. How about the songwriting
That was
process?
it.
That's it. The
You know-
songwriting process. That is creativity, and you know what I mean. It's so open.
Yeah.
There's like no rules to it. Technically, it's your
No.
song. You can say shut up, shut up, shut up. The whole song.
Right.
Whatever you want to say.
And again, all you need is, you know, I mean,
Right.
you may need one person to validate. You may not. You may
Yeah,
just
it's
be
up
like,
to
hey,
you.
it's my song, fuck you.
That's what I mean. It's your
Yeah.
song. So how your writing style? Do you have a certain style, or you just kind of like see how the dynamics go? I was listening to you sing. It's nice, and then towards the middle it gets louder and softer, which is nice.
Alright,
And
I see
it's
that.
not really.
That stuff usually comes out around when you start fleshing it out with the rest of the full
Yeah,
band.
the range
Yeah.
of stuff.
Oh, yeah, range.
And then everybody starts saying,
Yeah.
well, instead of, doing it this way, do it this way.
I
Or
would
instead
do
of
Yeah,
flop this
collaboration.
around, do
Yeah,
this around.
absolutely.
But,
Of course.
for a lot of the things that we do now,
Yeah.
in this you know, a good portion of them were brought to us almost fully completed, and we get to make them sound like we make them sound based on the framework.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
it brings to us, which you know is a great way to get started in this kind of new version of whatever endeavor we're in here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then as that happens, then new things just start happening on their own too. You know, so you figure out what the common thread is, where everybody can kind of latch on,
Mm-hmm.
and you start from that point. You know, the bass player in our band is an '80s metalhead. You
Oh,
know,
really?
and yeah, and
Oh.
we don't sound anything like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But he's like,
Yeah.
You know,
but he got on the bus, you know, and everything is naturally, you know, fleshes out that way when everybody's in the same headspace about it.
Yeah. That makes total
it
sense.
helps too
Yeah.
not to, you know, I guess as the bus driver, as the band leader, it
Yeah.
helps to. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. It helps to
Yeah, you
really
do, man.
to have somebody benevolent as myself
Yeah.
to